So today I'm going to be teaching my friend Jay how to trade options in the stock market. And Jay, I had worked with you a bit in the past, and I reconnected with you just recently, and we were talking about kind of why or what more has prevented you from getting into trading. And I thought this was a good opportunity to share this conversation and hopefully, I guess, give you the tools and the solution that is going to allow you to really start trading, as it's something you've wanted to get into.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I've talked a lot about it with, my family members, grandfather. He's pretty well aware of stocks and all of that. So I've talked to him, and it's really just about me finding the time. I've got some stuff I want to get done before. So it's really just a matter of time of when I can.
I think that's the case with a lot of people. I mean, everyone's goal is kind of to transition to trading full time, right? But it's like, how do you make that transition when you have to work your full-time job? I wanted to show you my trading software, and to kind of preface this, I've spent the last 4 years building this software, and I've been trying to essentially automate and systematize the way that I go about trading, and then building that into this software, which hopefully will help you actually be able to start trading around everything you're doing. I mean, you just think you don't have enough time? Is that what it kind of boils down to?
Well, it just depends with what I'm doing right now for work. The mornings, that's when I'm normally working, but that's kind of when the market's done. I miss that time frame of where I need to be in one area, studying the charts and then potentially making those placements.
I think I can solve all of that. And it's funny, I just looked down at your wrist and you've got an Apple Watch. I've seen plenty of people trying to trade around their job, pick up their phone at work, try to put on the trades, do that TA.
Yup.
So, but here's the problem. When you have to look at a chart, you have to do the technical analysis. What I've done is I've created this software. You can see this on my screen. Now, essentially, everyone can have access to the data, but it's about how you interpret the data, which is gonna make you profitable or not. And this software is essentially what I call my edge. It's my way of finding what stock to trade and what direction to bet on it going. So I trade options, you know that.
Yep.
So you can see these are option contracts. BILI calls, 29 strike, expiring 11/15. And so what I've done is over the last 4 years, through back testing, optimizing, have been able to look at the data, analyze the data, and turn that data into profitable or a profitable trading system as a whole. What you can see here is one of my filters. This is just called the golden filter. And if I go to October 2nd, we've had 2 orders come in, or 2 separate stocks with a various amount of separate orders. These orders that came through, I got a notification on my phone. I was essentially notified by my software of these specific orders and when they came in. So this was at 12:39. I had a new trade come through, and then I got the exact stock, what direction to bet on it going, the strike price, and the expiration date. What I then did was I just pulled up my broker and I placed that trade. So I programmed this bot to essentially send these trades straight to my phone. They could be sent straight to your Apple Watch. You don't then have to even look at a chart. You don't have to do any technical analysis. You don't even need to look at this.
Yeah. Wow.
The setup here is less than 5 minutes. I'll plug this into your Apple Watch. Now it's gonna take the data that's coming in through the software using these filters, and it's gonna feed you the most profitable orders. It's like your best trading friend, right?
Yeah.
This thing is gonna be out there when you're working. It's gonna be in the market, finding the best trade opportunities for you to take, bringing them right to you. And all you have to do is place the order.
Sounds like I want to get into trading. That frees up a lot more time. While I'm working, I can get the bot to send me notifications, and I can check in on that to then really start allowing a lot more time to involve myself in the trading.
Exactly. Well, actually, the great thing is, because I've spent tens of thousands of hours, arguably across the team of developers we have, back testing through thousands of orders, you don't even have to look at a chart. But when it comes to looking at the chart, I'm showing you this chart because you'll see when the order came in on my software, and then where that was on the chart, and then the resulting effect of the next day prior. I'll show you. We'll go back to yesterday, right? This is the easiest way to explain. I'll just show you. I'm gonna go to ticker symbol HUM, and if I pull up my phone, I was notified on 3:52. If I go to a 1 minute time frame, you can see yesterday, 3:52. This is when the order came through. Essentially, the bot came in, said, hey, short HUM, and these were the specific contracts to buy. Right? Now you can see what happened after market.
Yeah, it went down.
HUM gapped down 25%. This wasn't an earnings gamble or some risky trade. This was simply the bot doing the work for you, bringing that trade opportunity, and all you had to do was enter, and overnight off the open, you would have made 260%. So we'll break down the scenario here. When I say you don't have to look at any chart, obviously like you're probably wondering how do I know when to get out, when to get in? So you're gonna get an order on your Apple Watch, right?
Yep.
You'll be like, okay, I'm gonna look up HUM. You can do it on your broker. So if we go to trade, all products, you're gonna look up the stock. And then of course, we're buying option contracts. So with options, we're buying a put or a call, put betting on it going down, call betting on it going up. We've got a strike price. Let's open up the expiration date, which is 11/15. So November 15th, you can see the strike. So the 260s. So essentially the software is giving us the exact option contract to buy. HUM, November 15th, 260 puts. And then you just click buy. But how many do you buy? We're gonna pull up the risk management calculator. Don't worry, this will all be set up for you ahead of time. And you only have to do this once, okay? You'll just have to run through this, like figuring out the position size. Not every time a trade comes through, just it's part of the initial setup. When we get you set up with the software, get it set up on your Apple Watch, we'll have to plug in these values because everyone is trading with different amounts of capital. You might have a $1,500 portfolio, you might have a $15,000 portfolio. Based off of that, we're gonna plug a couple numbers into the risk management calculator that comes with the software. It's gonna tell us moving forward, when the software gives us a trade, this is how much capital we're gonna actually buy. So how many, obviously depends on how much the contracts cost, but maybe we'll buy 5 contracts, maybe we'll buy 2. So this is like a conversation I'd have with you as I get you onboarded on the software. We talk about how much capital you have to trade with, and then really how aggressive you wanna be. It is up to the individual to kind of tell me, and then we can work with the numbers. But when you go to enter the trade, let's say based off of this, you're gonna go in with $425. And then we might see, oh, based off of, you know, the contract value, this isn't gonna work. You might have to push your risk a bit more based off your account size. So this would take us a little bit of back and forth to figure out, you know, where is Jay comfortable? How much money do you have to trade with? Great, we got that set up. Now moving forward, when you get a notification, you see the contracts you're supposed to buy, you go ahead and you buy the equivalent amount, you know, $870 worth of those specific contracts. So I'm gonna give you an example. So today for me, we've had 2 trades so far. We had our first trade of the day on BEKE, we had BEKE calls, and then we had BILI calls. So the first trade, BEKE, we'll pull this up. Now I'm currently in this position, right? You can see we've got the, it says position, April 17th, 2025 contracts, and I've got the $28 calls. And you can see here, these contracts are currently going for $420 a contract. So your position size was $870 after we did our like initial setup. Now moving forward, like I said, $870, that's the position size that you're gonna trade consistently. You'd go ahead and you could buy 2 of those contracts. So for me, my fill price was a little different. You can see here my fill price, I got filled at 480. And so my max loss here is my position size. So I'm at risk or willing to lose, or however you wanna put it. I'm gonna lose 3,000 if I'm wrong. Make sense?
Because that's what you were at.
That was, yes, that my whole position size is what I'm willing to lose. Why is that? It's because we're swing trading and anything can happen overnight. You saw on HUM at risk what our position size would have been. Okay, so say it was $870. Say you bought one of these contracts, just for example, the market opens up, you would have made 260%. So if you bought your contracts at $870 a contract and you made 260% overnight, you would have sold for $3,132. That would have been your gain, okay? So 3.1K you could have made.
I like the sounds of that. I like the sounds of that.
So that would have been that trade.
And that would have just been me buying 2 contracts.
Yeah,
2,
it's just obviously depending on how much the contracts are, yes, you'd buy whatever within that range.
Wow. You'd get that?
Yes.
Wow.
Step 1, we go through the initial onboarding process. We get you set up with the software. Step 2, we plug the bot into your Apple Watch. Step 3, you and I sit down, we take a look at the risk management calculator. I have videos on like how to do it. It wouldn't take any more than 5 to 10 minutes. Again, we'd take your account size and your risk tolerance. We'd plug that in, we'd get your position size. That's gonna be a standard position size moving forward. Next, kind of the final step, step 3, is you just sit back, you let the bot do all the work for you. You're gonna get those trades sent straight to you. You're gonna look up the contract, you're gonna place that order, and then you'll let that play out. And then like you saw, $870 turns into $3,200 overnight.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty simple, straightforward. Thank you, bot.
Thank you, bot. So right now, I will say inside my mentorship, I share my trades. So when I'm entering a position, I'll share that with my students. We do live trading every morning, coaching sessions, like a whole lot. Slowly, I'm starting to give my students access to the software. We've only got about 15 people on it right now. So it's a really exclusive, like curated group of guys on it. I'd love to get you set up, and I'd love to see you start trading and check back in a couple months and kind of see where you're at. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me, yeah. I'd love to be a part of this.
How do you feel?
Good. This is, it's a lot, but I've picked up on a lot from what we've gone over before in the past and all of that, and it's really all starting to really come together, and I understand it a lot better now.
Okay, all right, we'll get you set up. I'll get you in the mentorship group as well. I'll put a link in the description below if you guys want to join the mentorship too. You want to follow along, you want to copy my trades and potentially get access to the software in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll check in soon. I'll get you set up after this. Sounds good?
Perfect, yeah, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next one.